I would hope, anyway. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RTC TV4's coverage of Caston Comets football. Tonight we are at the Comet Crater here where the Caston Comets will be taking on the North Miami Warriors. I'm Dakota Hayden, and alongside with me I am joined by Blair Zimmerman. How you doing, Blair?
I'm all right. How are you tonight, Dakota?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice chill night here for a nice game of football.
Absolutely. It's starting to actually feel like football weather. Tomorrow morning it's going to be even chillier. I saw about the time that our Comets cross-country runners are running, it's going to be about 55 degrees.
Nice. That'll give them a nice chill when running on the field. So
it's certainly easier on any endurance sport to have just a little bit chillier. And you know that in those pads, those guys are hot on those 80, 90-degree days.
For sure.
And it looks like the Comets will be receiving on this opening kickoff. Special teams sure sounded excited. I could hear them up here with my headset on.
Definitely going to be a good eccentric game for the Comets here tonight. It is their homecoming, I do believe, yes?
Absolutely, it is. We've had homecoming festivities all day long. So, of course, during halftime then, we'll keep camera rolling, and we'll try to get you guys at home some audio from the field. Hopefully you'll be able to hear what's going on and see the court introduced. Now, talking to the players this week, they say that this should be a fairly even matchup. I'm looking at North Miami's roster here, and like most teams, they have roughly twice the players that we have. But the guy said skill level-wise, they feel like it's a really even matchup, and we should be in for some really exciting football tonight, Dakota.
It's always good to see. Definitely makes it a lot more entertaining to watch and for sure the commentator.
Absolutely.
We got the Warriors lined up to kick the ball off to the Comets here to get this game underway here tonight.
It looks like we've got Rock Wolf and Sam Smith back deep for this kickoff return. I see Hunter Shainlaub and looks like Grant Hickle, their middle back. And we'll see what kind of depth they can get on this kickoff because they are kind of kicking into the wind. And drops it about the Comets' 30-yard line. Rock Wolf gets a hold of it, breaks a couple tackles, and goes down at the Comets' 30. And the officials this week have actually set the ball where we saw it go down, so maybe be able to actually call these spots a little bit more accurately this week.
I notice off on the sidelines, Gavin Hickle and Blake Albright aren't padded up at all. Did they sustain any? You're in the school, so you know a little bit more than I did. Did they sustain injuries from last week's game?
No, they did not. Hopefully without sharing too much and not putting too much on the line, there were some disciplinary measures. So they are sitting out this game. It's definitely a blow for the Comets to have Gavin and Blake on the sideline. They're certainly with their team in spirit and plan to be back for the next matchup.
All right.
And we had a gain of about 3 yards on that last carry. Hunter Shainlaub again is at quarterback position. Hands off here to Rock Wolf. Can't quite break the tackle. Goes down at around the Comets' 39-yard line for another positive yardage gain. I guess positive and gain kind of go together, don't they?
Yeah.
So it looks like Comets are sitting at about 3rd and 3. And we'll see if the Comets can get a first down here.
Trying to push through.
Haven't gone down yet, but they're not getting anywhere. There's a roadblock right there. The referee says that they are down. Comets made a first down off of that one, though.
Able to just make it across to get it. All right.
All you got to do is break the plane of that chain. Get that chain gag moving on down. I did not have a chance to talk to Coach Slocum this week concerning this matchup. I know last week he was very on point with the aggressiveness of that LaVille team. Oh, and it looks like we may have lost some yardage on this play, Dakota.
And if they're putting it back.
Ball carrier was trying to go out to the left end of the line, and looks like we've lost about 4 yards on that carry. Unfortunately, one thing we still don't have is an offensive line that can give a quarterback any time in a pocket to look at having a high percentage passing play. So we can be fairly confident that we're going to see a lot of carries. Ooh.
Nice.
And,
he's still up.
Oh, and Smith fumbles the ball right at the 45-yard line. Not sure how that's going to be called. They are going to call him out of bounds before he dropped the ball. Sam Smith receiving that short little play right before Shainlaub was tackled. Makes it up to the 46-yard line.
It's a nice play to gain yards. They should be about 3 and 5, I would think.
Yeah.
If I'm counting right. 3 and 4, one off.
Hey, I struggle to count to 4 and 5 too. It comes from being out here in the middle of cornfield.
Yeah.
Well, Shainlaub handed off and tried to push somebody right up the middle. These Warriors weren't having it. And we have gone back about 3 yards. Okay, the football wasn't in the mess of players that went down.
So 4 and 5.
4th and 5. It's early in the game. What are you thinking, Dakota? Do you punt it and give them a bad field position, or do you try to get that first down?
I'd go, in my opinion, what I would do, I'd go ahead and go for it. We're halfway there anyway. If we can make another decent play, they've been doing pretty well so far, starting things off on their plays to gain yardage. I would have gone for it.
Well, that's true, and it looks like that's where they were lining up for, but Coach Slocum called a timeout.
Well, with that, we're going to take a short break and get some words in with our sponsors, and we'll be right back here with you on RTC TV4. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Well, welcome back. For those of you just joining us, we've had a fairly successful couple of drives by the Comets. They're now sitting at 4th and 4 on their own 45-yard line. Right before the break, it looked as though they were going to try to convert to a first down, and it looks like they're still lining up for that plan after talking to Coach Slocum. Got a man in motion. And it looks like we're going to have a turnover on downs at about the Comets' own 45-yard line, maybe 43. Certainly not the worst turnover point that we've seen the Comets have this season.
Certainly not. I think they were just trying to get something moving there on that last play, try and push them through the middle. The Warriors seem to be on top of that. Definitely got a good, solid defensive line by North Miami.
Absolutely. And I don't disagree, though, with that decision to try to make that first down conversion. It wasn't a bad play, and again, it's not the same as trying to convert it to a first down in your own 15.
Right.
Which, unfortunately, we've seen before this season. There's the snap.
Warriors looking for a handoff. He was caught early.
We had a holding. Didn't get caught. He has broken free. That's number 7, Darian Hanley. 6'3" sophomore from North Miami, going all the way to the end zone. Tough blow here for the Comets defense.
Just able to slip on through. It's all it takes, really.
It really is. You just find that one hole, and if you've got a little bit of speed, honestly, we're lucky that the Comets didn't get caught on holding either. I saw a jersey stretched out about 3 yards.
Yeah.
And it looks like we had that 2-point conversion attempt. Did not break the goal line. So we're now sitting at 6-0 North Miami. And if Friday nights isn't enough football for the fans at home, they can obviously come in tomorrow and watch some junior high football against Tri-County. That is away at Tri-County. It starts at 11:30 tomorrow morning.
Should be good football. I've heard lots of good things about the junior high football players.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this last week that the varsity was scrimmaging a little bit with some of those 8th graders.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Landon Schaefer on that 8th grade team. And more than one of the varsity guys said, he doesn't hit like a junior higher.
That's good news for the high school football program for sure coming up in a few years.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that's helped these guys keep their heads up is they know they're looking at the caliber of players that they have in junior high now. You know that last year the varsity guys were already looking at, for instance, Sam Smith.
Right.
The younger Hickle twins, they're solid. They've got things to learn, absolutely, but they've got a solid foundation there. Well, there's the kickoff. Fairly short. Just slips right through the arms of number 44, Jacob Wallig. And was covered up by contact there at about the 27-yard line. Excuse me, 26.
See if the Comets can have better luck pushing offensively here during this set.
Well, like we saw with the North Miami drive, it just takes that one opening. There's the snap. Right up the middle, Sam Smith keeps hold of it, makes it up to about the 30-yard line. So we've got a gain of 3 or 4 yards on that play. And we've said it before, 3 or 4 yards every carry.
That'll do it.
That'll convert you. First down's all the way to the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the Comets have a holding penalty, so they're going to lose 5 yards on that.
I didn't even see a flag called on that.
I didn't
play.
either.
It's going to put negative yardage on.
Ball now on the Comets' 18-yard line.
So 1st and 18 now. I guess they're restarting the play.
And man in motion. Trying to carry here with Rock Wolf. He was going for the right-hand side, tried to cut in, and just got bound up right around the line of scrimmage. I see the down marker moving a little bit, but certainly not still into that original 10 yards. All right, 2nd down Comets, man in motion. Flicked the ball back and forth. And once again, tried to come up the middle. That was Jesse Rockwolf again with that carry. And he's right around the 26-yard line. They're now at about 3 and 11, 3 and 10 and a half, something.
Getting decent gainage. If it wasn't for the holding penalty at the beginning, they probably would have had around the 1st down by now.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, now they have 2 downs to cover that original 10 yards. Well, there's a snap. There's the handoff. Rockwolf going to the left and gets taken out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
It looks like it's going to be a 1st down for the Comets. He's able to gain enough yardage.
You know, Dakota, I have to say this is a lot easier on when you're watching NFL and you can see the virtual lines across the screen.
Yeah. We just got, that slight,
well,
perception-wise,
right,
depth's a little off here.
We're off at a little bit of an angle to the chain gang. Not that we have bad seats by far. Sam Smith now making a gain of about 7 yards.
It's looking to be about 2nd and, I want to say 4.
6, 7. Again, angle of attack on this. Well, hopefully not to jinx it, but if they can keep doing that. There's the snap. Flicked off to 44.
Tried to go through. Whoa.
Jacob Wallach just up through left to center and then just picked up, hugged, and slammed to the ground.
He was caught for sure. They wasn't letting him move any further.
Nope, he's about the 47-yard line, though. Looks like we're at 3rd and 1. As long as the Comets can keep doing what they've been doing, they should be able to make a 1st down this play. There's the snap.
We're going to try and push him right through the middle.
Not necessarily a bad idea.
Were they able to get enough?
And there's the chains moving. That's another Comets 1st down, Dakota.
Making great progress here. Still got just a little bit over half the field left to cover.
Yeah, they're sitting on the 48. Should be able to break into North Miami territory this play if things go the way they have been. And there's our snap. Shane Laub gets tied up against his own man. Comes down at about the North Miami 49-yard line.
Well, if you can't find anyone to pass it to, might as well just carry it yourself.
Absolutely. Official spotted that right on the 50-yard line. There's a snap. Flicked off to Wallach, who drops it. He just drops on it and curls over it so they don't lose possession. But that was a loss of 5 yards back to the Comets' 45-yard line.
Just must have slipped out of his hands.
Coach Slocum with some words for him there on the sideline, and I think as much as anything, it's keep your head in the game. Everybody makes mistakes. Comets now at 3rd and 12, it looks like. There's the snap. Handed off to Sam Smith, who makes it in North Miami territory, gets up to the 46-yard line.
I think he just barely tripped over someone right there at the end. I think he could have got a few more yards out of it if he could have.
It looked like he was about 2 steps from cutting loose and just got a foot tied up.
But good gainage nonetheless. 4 and 5 now. Like I said last time they were put here, might as well go for it if you're halfway there.
Absolutely. There's a snap. Handed off to Rockwolf, who's looking for an opening and got tied up at about the 48-yard line. Comets will turn over to North Miami on their own 48. Excuse me.
Comets got to play real defensively. Like, if I remember correctly, of course, this only happened probably less than 10 minutes ago. Less than that. I'm pretty sure North Miami was able to get a run and get that
Flicked
touchdown
off to
really
number
quick.
5 out there, and once again, nobody there to answer. Tackled by Comets number 52, Aiden Sarver. That's not somebody you want having you in their crosshairs. There's a penalty out there. Referee is calling holding against North Miami. They're going to keep their first down, but lose some yards. Oh, maybe I should quit chewing on my tongue.
Let's say put them about. I think it's going to place them at around, looking to be maybe the 46-7 yard line. Yep, that's 47.
There's the snap. Handed off.
They caught him.
About a loss of a yard and a half on that. North Miami now sitting at 3rd and 10.
Warriors didn't have a hold of that ball for more than 2 seconds before Sam Smith and number 79 for the Comets, which would be...
That'd be Chris Smith.
They caught him as soon as he got it.
One of the Comets, 2 seniors there. Looking to pass that experience along to this next generation of upcoming Comets. Well, let's see if the Comets can hold them here. You know, I know that down marker just said 3. Guess it makes sense. So if they run their first, it'd be the second.
Right.
All right, North Miami calling a strategy session here.
Well, while both teams take a timeout here, we're going to take a short break of our own and get some words in from our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in. We will be right back here on RTC TV4. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. We are back here on RTC TV4 with live coverage of the Caston Comets varsity football game.
Well, the football there flicked off to number 10, Tristan Working, who absolutely worked it. He was knocked out of bounds by Chris Smith down there at about the Comets' 35, 33-yard line, somewhere in that area. We'll see where the ball's actually spotted.
The Warriors just able to pretty nicely break through the Comets' defense almost about every time with their runs. We've only been able to catch them like a handful of times so far.
Yep. And ball right up the middle there. Again, number 10, Tristan Working. Ball is going to be placed on about the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. North Miami just slowly, well, not so slowly, inching their way down to the Comets end zone. There's a snap. You can go up the middle. That was number 15, Jacob Sherboff. But it's enough for another first down for North Miami. And the Comets are going to have to shut them down a little bit better than that because the same strategy works for North Miami that worked for the Comets. And North Miami calling a second timeout in less than a minute.
With that, we once again will take another short break and get some more words in from our sponsors, and we will be right back with you shortly here on RTC TV4. Thanks for tuning in. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. And we're back here on RTC TV4 bringing you live coverage of the Caston Comets varsity football matchup between the Caston Comets and the North Miami Warriors.
North Miami, of course, as you can see on the screen, leading by 1 touchdown. And they weren't able to put any extra points on that. And they got that in 1 possession last time. Here's the snap. And ball covered up down with about a 5-yard gain on that play. North Miami just able to keep finding holes in the Caston defense and getting between, usually 5 to 15 yards a carry in this series. There's the snap. Right up the middle again. Comets got them shut down pretty well.
They can just keep holding them here for a minute.
Absolutely. Down marker only moving about 6 inches on that one. North Miami now 3rd and 3.
20 seconds left for the first quarter.
There's man in motion. There's the snap.
He's heading off to the left.
And he's going to go. Well, I'm not sure. He went all the way on that.
We have North Miami touchdown with 6.8 seconds left on the board.
This has to be discouraging for the Comets team here. See, I would think the Warriors would go for another try at a 2-point conversion. See
See if the Comets can hold them back like they did last time.
Well, they're lining up for it. There's a snap on it. Hand it off, up the middle, and into the goal. That's 2 points there for North Miami. Making the score 14-0 North Miami.
As discouraging it may be to see the Warriors score twice here in the first quarter for the Comets, you got to admit there's been more evenly of a matchup than we've seen at the past, at the very least.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's just such a positive mark then for this young Comets team who has no bench depth to speak of to be able to go up against a team with twice as many in the roster and only about as many freshmen as the Comets team has. A lot of those freshmen not on the field right now. And this young Comets team being able to play relatively on par with them. Number 61, Trace Pugh now kicking it off. Hits that middle depth. And I think, let's see if that was, that was number 80, Grant Hickle. Just not quite able to get a hold of that ball and run it in. Covers it up on the Comets' own 30-yard line.
Thank you for your help.
15 seconds left on this play clock. And the Comets line taken to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion, there's the snap. Handoff, trying to go right up the middle with that.
Got about maybe a yard.
Yard and a half, and that's the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Warriors are going to go into the second quarter with that 14-0 lead. And we'll go into the second with the Comets on their own 32-yard line. Well, Dakota, what do you think the second quarter holds for us? And don't you dare say football.
Well, there goes my first response. Anyway, I see we're going to see about the same thing as the first. Honestly, you can't really predict too much of a change with how things are going at the moment. But like I said earlier, this is a more even matchup than we've seen in the past. So it's not, necessarily still bad football to watch.
Right. All it's going to take is one solid pass or one solid sneak through a hole in the defense for the Comets to turn this around. They're only down by 2 touchdowns, and they've shown some success in 2-point conversions this season.
For sure.
They've shown that we're able to put an extra point on the board this season, which are two things that we've not necessarily been able to do in the past, even with quote-unquote better offense on the field.
Right. It's all doable. It's just the whole idea of being at the right area at the right time in order to and able to break through.
And so much of it just keeps going back to the experience or the lack of experience of this team. A third of them in any other school would be on a freshman or JV schedule right now, and they're out here playing varsity. Rock Wolf in motion. Shane Lobb handed off to, I think it was Sam Smith, who went right up the middle. Solid 4 or 5 yard gain on that. down markers at the 35-yard line.
About 3 and 6 sitting now.
If the Comets can get a couple more 4-yard gains, they'll be looking good. There's a snap. Shanelob with it. He looked like he was going to pass. Couldn't get a look on it. Carries it himself for a gain of 3 yards. It certainly looked like he had no intention of keeping that ball when he went back into the pocket. But once again, this young offensive line just has a hard time giving the quarterback some time in the pocket to make any kind of decision. But once again, it's not quite the shocking difference we saw last week. And it looks like they're going to punt this time. But it's not the shocking difference on the line that we saw last week against LaVille. But this North Miami line does look to be a little bit bigger than the Comets' offensive line. Well, that punt by Sam Smith looks like it made it to about North Miami's 40-yard line, where North Miami will take over with a first down. That was close, 38.
And Comets got a good position here to start defensively for sure.
If they can keep the holes in the line closed and not give the quarterback time in the pocket to make passing decisions. Oh, and there's a long, deep pass, and it's no good. That long pass was to number 7, Darian Hanley, who scored the first touchdown for North Miami. He got fingertips on that ball, but couldn't close over it and complete the pass. That's the kind of passing game that the Comets don't want to see happening, though.
Not at all.
Because the next one might be closer than fingertips. And there's the handoff. And Comets bringing the ball carrier down on North Miami's 40-yard line. Gain of 2 or 3 yards on that. So that's going to put North Miami at about 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Man in motion. Here's our snap. Handed off to. Oh, well. I don't know that there was a handoff. Ooh, that was a hard tackle into the stands. Number 7, Hunter Shanelob, tackling number 10, Tristan Working, into the bleachers, and we felt it shake clear up here in the press box. Working, limping back out into midfield. That is a North Miami first down, though. Football is now spotted at the Comets' own 38-yard line.
A mishap with the ball on North Miami side.
Bad snap, and I think that the Comets have covered that up.
They did. They got it.
Absolutely. Referees agree with that. The Comets going to take it over at their own 38-yard line. Aiden Sarver getting in there and taking advantage of a bad snap on the part of North Miami. Looks like Working got his bell rung more than we thought. Now, I'm going to be honest. As hard as these stands shook, I thought, I didn't think he was getting up under his own power. He's running off the field like he's got a flat tire. Well, there's the snap.
And for the
handed
handoff
off to Sam Smith.
Straight through the middle.
Who was able to get about a 7-yard gain on that.
He was en route to try and make a first down all in the first play. 2 and 3, though, just short.
Oh, official called a timeout. Looks like Sam Smith might be leaking some fluids there, specifically the kind that you want to keep internal.
Yeah. Well, with that, Comets are going to go ahead and call a timeout of their own just to make it official. With that, we're going to take a short break here and get some words in from our advertisers, and we'll be right back with you here on RTC TV4. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. And we are back here with our live coverage here on RTC TV4 with Caston Comet football. We're here at the Crater with the Caston Comets versus the North Miami Warriors here. Sitting 0-14 for the Comets, but it's been a pretty good game so far.
It has been. The Comets sitting with the ball on their own 46-yard line, second down, second and 3. If you're just joining us, you missed a hard tackle by Hunter Shainlaub, put Tristan Working from the North Miami Warriors into the stands, and then a nice cover-up by Aiden Sarver of a fumbled snap. That said, Rock Wolf was on his way to the right side of the line where he got wrapped up back at about the 38-yard line, 37, somewhere in there. And although the referee has spotted it back at the 42, so evidently, what do I know?
Well, the official says what they say goes.
They say goes. Obviously, they saw something up there that I didn't see. Comets now 3rd and 7. There's a fumbled snap, and Hunter Shainlaub going to cover it up back at the Comets' own 32-yard line. And unfortunately, if I had to guess, I'm going to guess that they're going to punt this.
I would. Sitting
now at 4th and 17 or so.
Yeah.
And that definitely looks like a punting team out on the field.
Definitely. They'd about have to. I wouldn't. I mean, I believe in miracles, but I don't think I'd put much money on a bet that we can make up 17 yards in one down.
No, I don't think so. And there's the long snap. There's the punt. Breaks midfield.
They punted it right over to a coordinator.
Went out of bounds at the 51-yard line. And number 52, Aiden Sarver, is limping really hard on that left leg. I'm not sure what happened out there.
Wonder if he came down hard trying to recover the ball.
Could be. One thing about Aiden Sarver, everything he does wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a lot of middle ground, so. And there's a snap from North Miami. Handed off to number 2, Greg Sonafrank. Yeah.
He's just charging through like a steam train.
You know, the roster has him at 5'10", 180. And Dakota, I'm 5'10" and 183, and that gentleman looks quite a bit broader than I am.
Maybe it's the pads.
Maybe?
Maybe. Well, regardless, North Miami's calling a timeout, so we're going to take a short break as well, alongside of the teams. We're going to get some word in from our advertisers, and we'll be right back with you here on RTC TV4. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. And we are back here on RTC TV4.
There's a snap, working, carrying the ball. He's down at the 30. There's the 20. Here's the 10, and he's going to go all the way in for another North Miami touchdown here in this first half.
Just able to slide through the Comets defensive line, and honestly, it doesn't take much from there. As soon as you can get past all your defenders and you got an open lane, you just go.
Yeah. Working, obviously. Very athletic individual. For one thing, if I took the hit that he took the last North Miami possession, I'd still be looking for the license plate of the truck that hit me.
Yeah. Needless to say, working is still working.
Ha. Everybody was thinking it. Somebody had to say it. And there's the extra point.
I think it's good.
And it is good. North Miami now sitting at a healthy 21-0 lead.
Comets just need a few good plays to get this turned around. And I know they got it in them. If they can make a good play and break Gavin Hickle through the middle of a Lavelle defensive line, they for sure can do something here with North Miami's Warriors.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's not to downplay North Miami, not to downplay their hard work. But
Not at all.
They're certainly not as aggressive as that Lancers team that the Comets faced last week. Laville's kickoff, or Lavelle. There we go again.
Yep.
North Miami's kickoff team now taking the field. About 7.5 minutes left in this first half here at the Crater.
And then, of course, after first half, we'll be going into halftime, which, of course, they have homecoming festivities here and happenings here at the Comet Crater. And we will try and get the best that we can out of that by tuning in to the field audio so you can see what's all happening there.
Well, again, we have Rockwolf and Smith deep in the backfield with Wallig and Shane Laub in the middle. Rockwolf carrying the football, looking for an opening, can't find one, gets taken down at the Comets' 30-yard line. Duvall making his way out to the huddle there. It's important to have a center. It's also important to have a center who knows what the play is.
Exactly.
Rockwolf in motion, catches the flea flicker and turns around, goes up the middle, got wrapped up, broke the tackle, and he's carrying
everyone. There had to have been at least 6 guys on him at one point.
I was joking around with him the other day, talking about how we gave him a shout-out carrying 3 guys for 5 yards. He goes, y'all just don't even know.
He didn't want to go down. At least got the Comets a good 4 yards off that.
I'm really kind of surprised, though, Dakota, that the officials didn't call a holding there early in that carry against North Miami. All right. There's another handoff to Rockwolf. He's looking for an opening, doesn't see one, and he got wrapped up about the line of scrimmage again. I think part of the problem that Jesse's having out there right now is he slows up. If you watch, he slows up to try to look for an opening, and that's about the time that the defense just grabs him, wraps him up, and spins him around.
Right. Now, me personally, never been on the field, but I imagine that if you were to hesitate even so slightly when you're trying to carry the ball and getting everything, that's going to cost you right there. Because you're the main target for everyone on that defensive line.
Absolutely. Comets now about 3rd and 5. There's a snap. Handoff to Sam Smith, who's going to try to go up the middle. Got a couple of yards off of it. And then all of a sudden was staring right in the face of a North Miami defender who looked intent on some severe violence out there. Just
looked about like it. Didn't want him to go anywhere, that's for sure. Said about 4 and 2 for the Comets on the 38-yard line.
And it looks like they're going to try to convert this.
A reasonable amount of yardage to go
There's
for.
There's a snap. Trying right up the middle. And I don't think that they got it.
Kind of a dog pile on all themselves.
It looks like the ball made it to about the Comets' 38 or 39-yard line where North Miami will be taking possession. Just 1 yard shy of the goal there. That 3 feet might as well have been 3 miles.
Mm-hmm. At that point, that close.
That has to be frustrating.
It has to be.
North Miami now taking the line. There's a snap.
Looking for a pass.
Had enough time in the pocket and completes the pass. I do see a flag out on the play, though. Still a beautiful pass. Like about 33 yards on that.
Ref calling a penalty on the Warriors.
And the ball moving back behind the line of scrimmage. Gonna guess holding there. We're looking at a 5-yard penalty. And it appears to be a repeat of first down.
A beautiful pass nonetheless by North Miami.
Absolutely. I believe that was number 10 there, Tristan working. There's a snap.
Looking for another one. Duvall is putting pressure on him.
It was something of a throwaway pass, but he was able to complete it down there to number 82, Nate Musselman. And more than enough yardage there for North Miami first down. Ball now sitting on the Comets' 23-yard line. 22, I've been corrected here in the booth. And there's working with the quarterback keeper, just going to run it on into the end zone once again. You know, the number of yards that Working has tacked on carrying the ball himself, I almost wonder if he isn't now out for some revenge against this Comets line for that nasty tackle he took earlier.
One would think.
And there's the extra point. And North Miami now with a 28-0 lead with 4:44 left in this first half. And the loss of two of the most athletic players on the line for this Caston Comets offense is certainly showing.
For sure.
And even for a team that stays in the game as well as the Comets have shown them to, this has to be demoralizing against a team that they had such confidence earlier today that it was going to be an even matchup.
For the most part, still is, but just lacking that little extra oomph to keep a hold of them, especially on the Warriors' offensive plays.
Absolutely. Well, and most of the yardage we've seen by North Miami has been by number 7, Darian Hanley, and number 10, Tristan Working. And the Comets just haven't been able to answer that. I see a flag on this play. That carry there was number 44, Jacob Wallach, and I think I saw his hand going into a face mask. We're going to see what the officials call on the field. Yep. Oh, face mask against the Warriors. So we're going to see a first down, and the Comets are going to get a freebie 5 yards on the ball place. Ball now on the Comets' own 36-yard line. And the Comets are going to be hoping to get something going in this first half. Man in motion, there's the snap. Handoff to number 44, Jacob Wallach, looking for a hole. Doesn't quite find it, but he does get the ball up to the 42-yard line.
That'll put a good spot. That's going to be 5 yards.
2nd and 5 now. And the Comets are either going to have a fire in their bellies or they're going to drop their heads. And they don't usually drop their heads. Rockwolf now trying to make positive yardage. Takes a nasty tackle at the 44-yard line.
Was able to get a small smidgen of yards there, 3 and 3.
And again, I couldn't help but notice, since that's happening right in front of my window over here, that slight hesitation on the part of Jesse Rockwolf. And let him get tied up. He is put in place for in motion, fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper, and Hunter Shainlaub taken down hard at the 41-yard line. We're going to have a loss of 2 yards on that play.
2 defenders are just able to break through. Can't really do too much against that.
No, Shainlaub was hoping to be able to. It was a nice fake there to Rockwolf, and Rockwolf having a lot of the carries with Hickle out for this game. So it was a convincing fake, but then as Hunter Shainlaub went to run left, 2 defenders just saw through it and plowed him under. And there's the snap back to Sam Smith for the punt. Punt comes down at about the 42-yard line and rolls. And the officials are going to spot it at the 34-yard line for the North Miami Warriors to take possession here with 2:42 left in the first half. There's a snap. Looks like they're going to try to carry it right up the middle. There's a flag on this play. No gain in yardage from the play, but we're going to have to see how the flag or how this penalty goes to see which way this ball is going to move. And a face mask penalty against the Comets. We're going to give away 5 yards to the North Miami Warriors. That's one thing that the Comets can't afford this game is foolish yardage given away by penalties.
Absolutely.
And there's a snap flag right at the beginning there. We've got a false start against North Miami. So we're going to put the football right back where it was.
I guess it evens itself out.
Repeat of first down, though, so North Miami's still sitting at 1st and 11, it looks like. Well, when you talk about just getting first downs, this isn't quite what one has in mind. That was an ugly false start there.
Definitely.
Coach Slocum down here on the sideline. He's just below where you can see on the camera. Has his arms. What happened there? Sam Duvall just kind of ran through that line.
He was ready to go.
Right? He's looking to have some quarterback for dessert. That's what he wanted.
He's looking to go through and get him. He just about had him,
That's a long pass, though. Long pass there to number 7, Darian Hanley. The pass had completed. Hanley stumbled over his own cleats in the turf and just, turfed it. So the ball's still on North Miami's 37-yard line.
I didn't see if maybe there was a...
I don't see any yellow on the field, so I think that everything was copacetic on that. Handoff there to number 2, Greg Sonafrank, and he didn't really go anywhere on that play. Sam Duvall was just right there. Again, you know, the football teams, they have a meal shortly after school lets out, and Duvall's looking for some ball carrier for dessert.
These last couple of plays, he's had about a full head of steam going in there, so he's ready to take someone out.
I don't want hit by Sam Duvall.
No.
Dude, 6'2", 320 according to the roster. Oh, running down,
they were able
working,
to get back.
And they pulled him down. Flag on the play, though. That's going to be holding.
That is a definite holding right there. They just yanked him. That took his arm right out of his socket.
I don't know if they horse collared him, what that was, but
that was ugly.
As aggressive a game as football is, it turns out there's some things that you're not allowed to do.
Right.
Yeah, pile drivers, not okay.
Nope.
Oh, basically anything you see on professional wrestling, not okay.
Would be entertaining. It's not going to get you the win at the end of the day.
Well, if you go through enough of the players for the other team, it maybe will. As long as we don't see anybody carrying any folding chairs out there.
Yeah.
All right. So that has put North Miami at 3rd and 1? 3rd and 2?
Or are they just going to put an automatic first down?
Oh, it looks like an automatic first down. Wasn't sure where the ball was placed after that. I definitely saw Coach Slocum on the sideline gripping his head in frustration after that personal foul on that last play. And there's the snap to working. He's looking for an opening and tackled there. Went down at about the Comets' 46-yard line. And Grant Hickle got that stop. So on the one hand, they didn't quite stop working fast enough, given they let him get a first down. On the other hand, last couple times he's got a break like that with the football, he's taking it all the way to the end zone.
It looks like the Comets caught him on the last play.
And it looks like we've seen a loss of about 1 yard there for North Miami. 2nd and 11, sitting on the Comets' 46-yard line here. 38 seconds left in the half. Clock running. There's a snap. Ooh, wobbly low snap. Working with the pass. Incomplete. Pass was to number 44, Braxton Beal. Looked like he was trying to catch it down about the knees and couldn't quite get his hands around it. Warriors now 3rd and 11. We've seen them convert plenty of downs, though, so I'm sure North Miami's sitting comfortable right now, especially with the 28-point lead. And there's a snap. Flag on the play. False start against North Miami. So they're going to back up about 5 yards. Third and 16 now, North Miami. 27 seconds left in the first half. And there's the snap. Working with a forward pass to number 7, Darian Hanley, who goes out of bounds just short of a first down. And I see a flag on the field. And receiver penalty against the Warriors. So they'll give up another 5 yards. Just a lot of penalties on these last few plays.
Quite a few. A good sitting for the Comets for sure, though, even though there is only 15 seconds
left in the half. Even if we turn over right now, I don't know that the Comets will be able to do much more than snap it.
Mm-mm.
So, what are we at now? 3rd and 21? And the Comets going to call a timeout.
Well, with that, we'll get our math right and figure out exactly where they're sitting. And we will take a short break here, get some words in from our advertisers, and we'll be right back here on RTC TV4. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And welcome back. 15 seconds left in the first half. And I heard a whistle right as the snap happened. Let's see who added to their collection of penalties on this play. If you're just joining us, you can see that that North Miami leads going into the halftime 28-0. I think 3 of those touchdowns were by quarterback number 10, Tristan Working, who was tackled hard into the stands. We felt the whole bleacher shake.
Yeah,
by
heavy.
Number 7 quarterback Hunter Shainlaub. And then the 4th touchdown, which actually was the first touchdown, was run in by number 7 Darian Hanley. Just first North Miami possession of the game, he found a hole in the Comets defense and was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the very last series, right before we went to commercial last time, we saw, was it 3 or 4 North Miami penalties? We had 1 or 2 Comets penalties. I believe that there were more penalties in that one series than in the whole rest of the first half.
It just got ugly at that one point. It was bad.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tonight is, as we've mentioned, the Caston Comets homecoming. So we will be making some audio adjustments so that we can bring you the field audio for tonight's festivities. And then we will be we'll be on air, but Dakota and I will not be on air for the remainder of halftime.
Right, we'll be taking our little half break time as well as the football players are doing, and we'll be right back with you, jabbing in your ears at around the third quarter for the second half.
There we go. Of course, they might just prefer that we keep ourselves unplugged, but,
very true.
You get what you get, and
right.
you don't throw a fit. We'll talk to y'all later.
First for the freshman class. The freshman representatives are Kiara Zartman and Garrison Hickle. Kiara Zartman's parents are Angel Zartman and Matthew Zartman. Kiara is from Rochester. She plans on becoming a dentist or cardiovascular surgeon. She's active in cheerleading. Garrison Hickle's parents are Jared and Terry Hickle. Garrison is from Grass Creek. His plans are to attend college at Vincennes University and major in law enforcement. He's active in football, basketball, track, band, and drama club. That's the freshman representatives, Kiara Zartman and Garrison Hickle. Representing the sophomore class tonight is Kylie Wilson and Mason Barnes. Kylie's parents are Stacy Blumeyer and Ira Wilson. She is from Rochester, and after graduating from high school, she plans to major in paramedic sciences and then further her education as a pediatrician. Kylie is involved in softball and likes to show 4-H pigs. Mason's parents are Amy Barnes and Phil Barnes and Heather. Mason is originally from Fort Wayne. He hopes to become a mechanical engineer after high school and is currently a member of the football team and the art club. Sophomore class representatives, Kylie Wilson and Mason Barnes. Representing the junior class tonight is Emily Holt and Wyatt Brummett. Emily's parents are David and Ronica Holt from 12 Mile. Emily's future plans are to become an orthopedic nurse practitioner, but she's undecided on her college she wants to go to. Emily is involved in soccer, basketball, softball, band, FFA, FCCLA, SAC, and SADD SAD. Wyatt's parents are Dave and Noreen Brummett. Wyatt is from the Logansport area. His future plans are undecided, but he's active in cross country, soccer, basketball, baseball, FFA, FCCLA, junior leaders, band, and NHS. Junior class representatives, Emily Holt and Wyatt Brummett. Your senior class representatives, the first group, Peyton Chrissinger and Brock Quillen. Peyton's parents are Keith and Stephanie Chrissinger from Tijuana. Peyton is active in band. Peyton's future plans are to major in psychology and minor in sociology at IUK. Brock's parents are Jerry and Dottie Quillen from 12 Mile. Brock is active in the band, and he would like to enter the workforce after graduation, but is unsure where. Our second pair from the senior class, Lauren Moss and Brian Hernandez Rios. Lauren's parents are Mike and Christy Moss from Fulton. Lauren plans to attend a 4-year college and study law in the future. She is active in cross country, track, student council, NHS, and 4-H. Brian Hernandez Rios' parents are Alfredo and Marcela Hernandez. And Brian is from 12 Mile. Brian plans to study computer engineering but is undecided on what college at this time. He is active in soccer, cross country, track, and NHS. Our third couple tonight is Haven Voorhees and Brock Puchkowski. Haven's parents are Ron Voorhees and Patty Wilkins from Macy. Haven's future plans include going to IUPUI Dental School and becoming a dental hygienist. She's active in NHS, band, Key Club, and student council. Brock's parents are Mike and Kathy Puchkowski from 12 Mile. Brock plans on studying software engineering at either Rose-Hulman or Trine University. Brock is the treasurer of NHS and is involved in cross country, track, Tri-M, CCC, and the band. Let's give all of these fine young people a big round of applause tonight. Joining us tonight are last year's winners, Brandon Kinzer and Kendra Pugh. Brandon is currently attending IUK and studying exercise and sports science and plans on becoming an athletic director. Kendra is currently attending IUPUI and is a cheerleader for the Jaguars. In the future, she hopes to become a dentist. Okay, now for your crowning of your 2018 Homecoming King and Queen. First, your Homecoming King is Brian Hernandez Rios.
And we are back. North Miami Warriors have lined up on the field to receive the kickoff from the Caston Comets here at the Crater to start this second half. If you're just joining us, you can see obviously that North Miami has a fairly commanding 4-touchdown lead. And there's the kickoff straight to number 82. Nate Musselman, he did not call fair catch, tried to run it up and only made it to about the 32-yard line. Well, let's hope that we don't see quite as many penalties on this drive as we did on the last drive right before halftime.
Yeah, just right before halftime for both sides even. It was just a mess back and forth.
5 or 6 right there, and North Miami was sitting at something like 18-4 right before the half.
It was not good.
And, there's a bad snap, and it looks like it's been covered up by the Comets. Now, we saw that in the first half. Didn't see who was on that. That's 54, Caden Broyette, covering that up for the Comets and recovering on that bad snap. Comets sitting in beautiful field position on the North Miami 29-yard line. Of course, we both know that means that this North Miami defense is really going to be stepped up hot and heavy.
For sure. But all it takes is just one little squeeze through.
There it is. There's the play.
Looking for a pass.
Shane Laub looking for a pass. Can't get it. He's going to keep it and runs it up to the 27-yard line.
I think he bounced off of one of his own guys.
Yeah,
he get through.
He didn't quite have enough time in that pocket to get a good pass look, so he went to run it, and I think you're right. Bounced off of one of his own linemen who was doing their best to hold an opening for him. No gain of yards, no loss of yards on that play, actually. And the Comets go out and take 2. Maybe try that again without the oops. There's a snap. And a quarterback keeper, he's pushing through, gets up to the 20. He goes down around the 15-yard line. Nice gain of yardage, and that's going to be a Comets first down. Comets going to line up the same way. There's a snap. Hand it off to Sam Smith. He's going to try to go up the middle. It looks like he got about 2 yards on it. Maybe a couple more than that. It did look like Sam was trying to lead with his head there, though, and that's why his brother Mark's not on the field tonight. Mark led with his head too many times and got his bow rung good. After about the 4th concussion, they start telling you not to play anymore.
Yeah, they start thinking, maybe not so good of an idea.
Man in motion, there's the snap.
Trying to push through.
That's Rock Wolf getting a few more yards for the Comets.
Just inching their way up.
Down on, looks like about the 7 or 8 yard line. That's 3rd and it looks like about 3. And if nothing else, the Comets are into field goal range. Of course, not that I'm suggesting trying to kick a field goal on only 3rd down. That'd be silly.
Yeah. Keep this gainage of yards.
Sam Smith once again carrying.
Able to get a yard.
Comets now 4th and 2.
So close. Might as well go for it.
And Shane Laub was over at the side talking to Coach Slocum. And they're lined up to go for it, Dakota. There's the snap. Looks like they're going to shove right up the middle. They had to have made first down on that.
That's got to be.
I can see Duvall down there saying that it's good. And the ref agrees. Ball looks like it's on the 5-yard line. Comets now 1st and goal for the first time this ball game. I'm not sure what Coach Slocum said in the locker room, but it looks like he lit a fire in some bellies.
Mm-hmm. See if they can push off or finish off this push.
He probably told them that if they didn't start making something happen, they're walking back to school. There's the snap. I don't know that we made any yards on that.
I think they were put down just as fast as they tried to move.
Yep, football right back on the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal now. Comets now line back up in their wing tee. Man in motion. There's the snap. They're going out to the left. And it looks like they broke the goal line.
Oh, that's got to be inches. They were so close.
Third and inches. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just take a guess. They're going to try to shove Sam Smith straight up the middle.
Oh, for sure. They're going to try and just put all their power and squeeze him through.
And there's the push. I don't know
it.
if it was Sam Smith or not, but that was the push. And there's the Comets on the board. Hunter Shanelob kept that one, carried in.
Yeah, good to keep it on Shane Lobb with his height. You'd stretch him out all the way across that goal line.
Yeah, all he had to do was jump. Just a little bit. Jump and lay out. Keep a hold of it. Keep a hold of it, that's an important part.
Right.
North Miami's had a couple of those, and the Comets have had one of those.
Mm-hmm. Looking for a conversion.
Looks like we're looking at a 2-point conversion. And Sam Smith converting that. There's 2 more points on the board.
He ran right into the arms of the defender and just pushed him a few more inches there just to make it through.
Yeah, that defender, I didn't see who it was, but you don't hug the ball carrier as he comes over the goal line. You're supposed to stop him on the other side. I didn't play in high school, but I've picked that much of it up. I also didn't play in junior high or any pickup games.
Neither did I, but...
Well, the Comets going to go out to kick off the football. And you know they're kind of hoping for another one of those bad snaps and recover it deep in North Miami territory and just basically hold on to the football for the whole third quarter.
Yeah.
Now the question is, does Sam do an onside kick here and risk giving North Miami a really good field position?
Or does he just try and put it as far out as he can?
Right. He stepped back like he's going to give it the beans. There's a run up. There's the kick. Some middle depth. A nice catch there on the 30-yard line. And
he stopped him at around...
looks like the 37.
Yeah, I'd say about 37.
That catch and carry there was by number 82, Nate Musselman. Ball was actually spotted right at the 40-yard line. And let's see if this Comets defense can go ahead and carry on the head of steam that the offense set up. There's a long snap and
a short pass.
Yeah, Working's pass there, incomplete to Beal. And Comets not able to quite capitalize on that buttery finger situation. Warriors now 2nd and 10 on their own 40-yard line. We saw time and again, though, in the first half that the Warriors just need one play to make a first down. There's a snap. Working with the flick over to number 44, Beal. Nice tackle at the 42-yard line.
That was solid.
Tackle by Rock Wolf.
Just hooked him and brought him down. That's all it takes.
Well, he's had a lot of experience on the other side of those kind of spin-around tackles. So.
Right. You think at being the opposite end of the spectrum, you might learn a thing or two on how to do it yourself.
There's a snap. Working, going to keep it. Sees the opening. And he's going to go all the way. Wow.
Wow.
The motor on Tristan Working just takes a snap, sees an opening, and
gone.
He's gone. A couple of really nice blocks on the part of the North Miami offensive line. I saw 2 solid stops right around the 50-yard line, and that's all that Working needed. So if he's still seeing double from that tackle in the first half, he's just figuring to shoot for the middle of it and go.
Just shaking it off.
Or he's figured out which side's the fake side. And no good on the extra point. Going to put North Miami at 34-8.
Going to set us back up. Warriors will kick the ball right back off over the Comets here.
Yeah, and that's possibly the biggest. One of the biggest things I've seen is we saw the Comets take most of the quarter, or half of the quarter, for that touchdown, and then Tristan Working just one opportunity, and within a few tens of seconds, they've put 6 more points on the board.
Yeah.
So the North Miami kickoff team taking the field, teeing up the ball. And there's the run up, and there's the kick. It's low, right to about the middle depth. Had a lot of spin on it. Hunter Shainlaub has that. And he makes it back up to something around the 35-yard line before he's taken down. And the Comets have called a timeout. They're going to talk some strategy, and we're going to step away for a word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4. Thanks for joining us.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And welcome back. North Miami's taking the field. Comets using just every second of that timeout they've got. .551 left in the third quarter. We've seen both teams post points to the board this quarter. North Miami just did it slightly more quickly than the Comets did.
Just been able to slip through a few more times often than the Comets were able to.
It's a big part of it. Again, I think 4 out of 5 touchdowns. There's the snap. And looks like they made it up to about the 39-yard line. Maybe the 40. But 4 out of 5, I think it is, touchdowns that North Miami's made have been by their quarterback, Tristan Working. If they'd even put in the second-string quarterback, I feel this would be a vastly different game and one that might even look quite ugly for North Miami.
For sure.
But what Working has, nice juke there by Rockwolf. Not quite able to make a lot of positive yardage on that. But a couple of good jukes there nonetheless. Anyway, North Miami just has that slightly better offensive line that gives Working either options in the pocket or blocking for those really fast breaks that he's been making on his quarterback keepers. And I guess I'm just going to grab that stick here and flog that dead horse just a little bit more. This mostly freshman line of the Comets, in spite of the amount of time they've spent in the weight room these last several weeks, they just don't quite have that size. They don't quite have that experience to give the quarterback time in the pocket, to keep those holes open for a carrier to get through.
Right.
And so what we're seeing is we see a lot of short, grinding drives on the part of these Comets. Last week, we of course traveled to LaVille, and your RTC crew rode the bus with the Comets, and they came back. A lot of them, I'm not even sure their eyes were focusing. Every one of them just rubbing shoulders and ribs, and they fight for every yard that they get.
They do.
Speaking of fighting for yardage, Comets now made it up to the 50-yard line. That's a Comets first down, and they are fighting, hoping to put another touchdown on the board yet this quarter.
At the very least, what could be said for the Comets team for this entirety of the season is that they definitely leave their heart out there on the field.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't see them coming to the locker room saying, I could have done more. There's a short pass to Sam Smith's toes.
He watched it go down, too.
He did. You can see him. He just threw his head back. Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that I've talked about. I've talked about with the guys supervising morning weights, and almost everybody who comes in right now, they're football players looking to get some extra weight training in, wanting to put some size on. And I've complimented them time and again about how they keep their head up. And the only reason that you have a right, I guess you'd say, to drop your head, to have a reason to hang that head, is if you go off of the field and you know you had more to give. Rockwolf now finding an opening, making it up to about the 42-yard line. Comets now sitting on 3rd and 2. But anyway, as I was saying, if you've left everything on the field, if you've left everything on the court next season, on the wrestling mat, on the volleyball court, on the soccer pitch, it doesn't matter. If you're not taking anything off, you left it all out there, you have no reason to hang your head, no matter what the scoreboard says at the end of the night. And there's the snap. Looks like Sam Smith with the carry, and he's driven down to his knees at the 41-yard line.
Looking to try and break through to get that first down. He's going to be short.
4th and 1. Short leg they're going to go for here.
Oh, yeah. They're going to push through. Let's say they're going to throw a guy straight through the middle to try and grab that extra yard.
It worked for them on the 2-point conversion. We've seen them miss by inches on a first down conversion, though. Let's see how this works for them. You know this North Miami offensive line, our defensive line's going to be watching for it.
It looks like they're able to push him through.
And the refs agree. That is a first down for the Comets. That has to be just a 39 3/4 yard line there.
Rounding up, of course.
Under 2 minutes left here in this third quarter. And once again, this Comet offense just grinding. If you're not a football player and you want to simulate how these guys are gaining yards, I suggest picking up a
Rockwolf.
Nice. He might have gotten the first down on that one carry.
The chain gain's moving. That's another first down.
That's it. Rockwolf finding that opening, just like we were talking about. It just takes one. But up to that point, if you wanted to simulate this at home, you could, I don't know, get a World of Warcraft subscription or something and just grind that experience. Because that's what these guys have been doing this whole game. And the Warriors are going to call a timeout, try to talk about what they're going to do with this fired-up offensive line.
Well, with that, we're going to take a short little break of our own and cut to some advertisers, and we'll be right back with you in a bit here on RTC TV4. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And welcome back as the teams take the field. North Miami calling that timeout, hoping to break this momentum that the Comets offense is trying to build up. Let's see if it worked. There's the snap. Flick back to 44, Jacob Wallach.
He's got a bit of an opening.
To the left.
He's still going.
He's going. Looks like he was taken out of bounds down around the 10-yard line. And that's another Caston Comets first down. Dakota, where was this football game the whole first half?
Yeah. I want to know what was said in the locker room. They've been fired up here this whole entire third quarter.
I'm telling you, Coach Slocum told them they're walking back to school.
Yeah.
If you've not been to the Comets campus, of course, it is merely about 60 yards from the entrance to the crater from the back entrance of the school. So obviously they're walking either way.
Right. Yeah, it looks to be we got another timeout on the field.
All right. Well, please stay tuned as we step away for another word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And welcome back. Comets now at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. And there's the pass to Rockwolf. He's looking for an opening. He cuts up the middle. Gets taken down around the 10-yard line. Oh, excuse me.
And 2.
No gain on that.
Clock's still ticking down from a minute left here in the third quarter. About to say second scoreboard. The downs got me messed up.
Calling the third quarter the second quarter wouldn't be as foolish as some of the stuff I've tried. There's Sam Smith with the carry. Made it up to the 9 or 10-yard line. Third and 9 now for the Comets. And you know they desperately don't want to convert on downs or turnover on downs this deep in North Miami territory.
No, for sure.
So close they can taste the goal line.
They're going to run out the clock here. Just go ahead and advance over to the fourth quarter. Looks and so.
Might as well. They say haste makes waste. You certainly wouldn't want to rush that just to make it in the end of a quarter.
Now it's going to set the clock back up to 12, and we'll get the fourth quarter here kicked off. But not literally, because we still got to finish off here.
Well, we hope for a kickoff early in the fourth here.
Right.
I mean, we try to present some fairly balanced coverage. We definitely give kudos to the Comets opponents every time it's earned, but we're Comets fans through and through here, or at least on this channel of RTC4. We realize that we do have games going on tonight from our Rochester crew, our Pioneer crew. Who am I missing?
We got Culver up now, too.
Culver.
And I think that's all we got going tonight here on RTC for all our channels.
So, obviously, every home crew is a fan of their home team.
Third down for the Comets.
All right. Comets going into the fourth quarter here. 3rd and 9. And unfortunately, it looks like that series of North Miami timeouts might have done something to ice this fired-up offense. Maybe Coach Slocum had some good words there. There's a double handoff. Rockwolf trying to make some positive yardage, and he's going to get manhandled back about 4 yards.
Yikes. Those 2 defenders for North Miami just caught him and just threw him.
Comets now 4th and 13 or so. Shane Law been talking to coach on the sideline, runs out to the huddle, and they're dropping into their wing tee. They're going to go for it. Shane Laub kept that one. He got a few yards, but unfortunately, that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Well, let's see if the Comets can hold on to the defense here and keep them pushed back.
Hey, for all we know, we're going to see another wobbly snap that the Comets are going to cover up way down in North Miami territory.
See what happens.
There's a snap. Didn't get very far there. Tackle made by number 79, Chris Smith, it looked like. And I've got to say, at this point, I feel like Tristan Working is being extra brave or extra foolish, holding on to those. After all the points he's scored, I can't imagine these Comets aren't outgunning for him.
Yeah.
There's number 7, Darian Hanley. He's got the carry and he's got the speed. He's going to go all the way in. That was something in the neighborhood of an 80-yard carry, give or take. I don't know exactly what that was, but Hanley got free. And one thing we've seen, that's his second touchdown in much the same way. He was a little closer on the last one. Mm-hmm. But this Comets line, once a carrier gets ahead of steam, there's only 1 or 2 guys on the Comets line that would have a hope of catching them.
For sure.
And when you start out behind, you just don't have that chance. And there's the extra point on that play. North Miami now 41-8 with 10:23 left in this ball game. And it's easy to say that the scoring's been done by 2 guys, but that doesn't paint the whole picture because that offensive line opening those holes, that is the rest of the picture. And it's kind of, it's not behind the scenes. It's right out here in front of the camera. You guys can go back after we're done and rewatch it, and you can see it. But without that line, none of the rest of it happens. And that's kind of the difference. That's the tale of 2 teams that we're seeing here tonight, is that the Comets have those guys who can carry the ball.
Right.
If we had a little bit, if Shane Love had a little bit more time in the pocket, we could make those passes.
For sure. Absolutely.
But the problem is the rest of that line not being able to hold the defense and make those holes and make that time in the pocket happen. And that really, in my mind, is the biggest difference that we're seeing out here tonight. It's not the guys whose names we're saying most often. It's not Working and Hanley versus Rockwolf and Smith and Shane Lobb. It's the rest of the guys. Rockwolf now with it way back on the 10-yard line. Going to look for an opening.
He's trying to wiggle through. He's got one.
He's
making ground.
He's going to make it to at least the midcourt line. Oh, and he fumbled the ball. Another fumble.
Trying to get over it. I think the Comets recovered.
Who ended up with that?
I'm not sure.
How frequently is it that you see 2 fumbles on the same play?
Wow.
Good gravy. Well, nice carry there by Rockwolf. Got it well past the 50-yard line.
I think that was
fumbled the ball on the tackle.
Chris Smith on getting that second drop.
And then as soon as North Miami picks it up, there's another tackle there. Like you said, we think it was Chris Smith who knocks that free and then covers it up. Goodness gracious.
Wow.
Comets now on North Miami's 40-yard line.
Good spot.
We see that North Miami has not been brave enough to put in second string yet. Most of the other teams that we have gone up against this season, usually by the 4th quarter, they just put in a second string for the whole 4th. North Miami doesn't have the confidence to do that. That's Jacob Wallig on that carry. He does go down behind the line of scrimmage. Comets now about 2nd and 12. I definitely, though, would have taken a first half that looked more like this second half.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good football to watch. It's not always been pleasant football to watch as a Comets fan.
Right.
But it's been exciting.
Right.
And folks at home, if I was midway through a thought and I left it, that train derailed. It's not on the tracks anymore, so you can dig through it later for survivors if you want. There's the snap. Shanelau with a pump fake. He's going to keep it. And he's going to put 3 or 4 yards back on that possession. Comets now look to be at about 3rd and 7, maybe 3rd and 6.
3rd and 7.
According to the scoreboard, we're 3rd and 7. And North Miami calling another timeout. So we're going to take this opportunity to step away for this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And welcome back. 9:13 left in this game. Comets have possession on the Warriors' 38-yard line, 37-yard line or so. There's the man in motion. Ball flicked back to him. That's 87, Jesse Rockwolf. Looks like he's in first down territory. I see the chain gang moving. That is a Comets first down. Ball looks to be on the North Miami 27-yard line.
What do they call the mixed teams? Unified, yeah. Going down to Indianapolis a few times for Unified.
All right. Comets looking to build a head of steam on this.
Soon they get going.
There's the snap. Looks like they're just going to shove this one straight up the middle. Looks like they got a gain of about 4 yards on that.
Yards are yards.
Yards are yards. Positive yards are better than negative yards.
That is correct.
Well, when the Comets are on offense.
Right. If it's the other way around, we'll take negative yards. That'll be all right. Two and 7 on the 24-yard line in North Miami territory. The Comets sitting.
7:50 left on the clock. Comets once again grinding out these yards. There's the snap. There's a handoff to Sam Smith, who trips. He's got a pack running in front of him. He gets another first down.
Just etching his way through.
We've seen more big plays in this fourth quarter for the Comets than in the rest of the season.
Very, very true.
Ball sitting, it looks like on the 12-yard line. 13 according to the scoreboard. Well, there's a snap.
See what they can do.
Hand it off to Rockwolf. He's going to go out to the right, look for an opening. And
he got something. Had to have got something.
Well, they ended up with a tackle on one of the members of the chain gang. Looks like the ball went out about 7 yards into this set of downs. They're going to be 2nd and 3, give or take.
Scoreboard's calling 2 and 2.
Ball on the 5-yard line now. There's the snap.
They were trying to go off the right to try and get something moving.
Shane Laub kept a hold of that one. I don't know. I couldn't really tell from my position if he was trying to get a pass or if he was just going to try to run it himself. Like I mentioned so many times, he's stepped back into the pocket for a pass, and he's been looking right at a defender who was looking to eat his lunch. So he's had to keep a hold of it just because. All right, Rockwolf in motion. There's the snap. Shane Laub with the keeper again, and he's going to get taken out of bounds hard. Over around the 10-yard line. Frustratingly, the Comets now looking at another 4th down situation. They're at 4th and 5.
At this point,
4th and 4.
Might as well go for it. I mean, I say
Absolutely.
that just about every time they got.
Yeah, well, once again,
but
there's just over 5 minutes left in the game. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock. And they're really not in ideal field goal position. What do they have to lose?
Right.
Well, there's the snap, there's the carry, and there's the backup. Well, unfortunately, what they have to lose is possession of the ball, Dakota.
Well, the Warriors will still have a bit of a. Well, even still, I can't claim that they got a lot of space to make up between here and the goal, but
they've got 95 yards to the goal line here, but we've seen an 80, 85-yard carry this game. We've seen a 40-yard completed pass this game.
Right.
Of course, on that 40-yard pass, they ended up losing yardage because of a penalty, but we've seen North Miami capitalize on what looks like terrible field position this game, just because their offensive line is able to make a hole. So, Comets, however, stopping him.
Just got to keep on them and not give them any chance to
Absolutely
get an opening.
Penalty there. Looks like it was against the Comets. So we're going to give up 5 yards. Repeat of 2nd down. Pardon me. Duvall being pulled for this play. There's the snap. Oh, working. Looked like he was. I think that was working. And no, that was number 15, Jacob Sherboff. Sherboff? I'm sorry, Jacob. I have now butchered your name on regional television. I apologize.
Sherboff.
Could have been worse. It could have been national television. Nonetheless, he tried to go up the middle, and that hole he saw closed up quickly. And there's the snap. There's a handoff. Sherboff again gets wrapped up.
Comets just hammering down on him, not letting him get too much room to move.
Looks like about 2nd and 6. Ball still deep in North Miami territory. And there's your snap. Working, gonna go out to the left. Gets run out of bounds. Doesn't quite get past the end of the chains. Looks like about 3rd and 3 now for North Miami. And we've got a timeout called on the field. With that, we're going to step away for this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Well, we're back. Teams aren't quite yet. Not sure who called that timeout. I don't imagine there's very many left, but with 3 minutes left in the game, I suppose there don't have to be.
North Miami sitting with 3 more yards to go on their third down. They're about on the 22nd yard line. That's what the scoreboard tells me anyway. Kind of hard to pinpoint it from here, but
as nice as these new stadium lights are, they don't make for the best viewing from up here in the press box. There's your snap. And ball carrier taken down around the 30-yard line. It is enough for a North Miami first down. Ball was actually spotted on the 26. There's a snap. Didn't see who carried that, but it looks like they got 7 or 8 yards on that carry. Looks like about 9 yards, sitting at 2nd and 1 for North Miami. And there's a penalty flag out.
see what it's called for.
Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct called against North Miami.
Oof.
We're going to back it way up for that one.
"15 yards moved back for the Warriors.
Go!
North Miami now appears to be at 2nd and 14. Excuse me, 16. That's kind of an oopsie. 5 seconds left on the play clock. And
Flag.
violation of the play clock there. Delay of game against the Warriors. They're going to turn over some more yards. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there with that, but wonder if they're just letting the clock run down.
I don't know. Not sure.
Well, they just broke their huddle. Of course, they're sitting now at
2 and 21. So
would you call that 2nd and long, maybe?
A little bit, maybe.
And the Comets recovered an excellent field position. Recovered a fumble there. Chain Gang's going to take a walk on that one.
Great positioning for the Comets.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, with less than 2 minutes remaining, they're not going to be able to do a whole lot against that point deficit they have.
But if they can end this game swinging, I'd say
That's it.
That's it.
You don't leave anything on the field.
Rockwolf
trying to get that carry.
He had a good opening there. It got closed off pretty quick.
Then they wrapped up his foot. I feel like he does better carrying people on his back than trying to drag one by his foot. Looks like he made up about 5 yards on that play. 2nd and 5 now. Ball's on the 11-yard line. Comets definitely within striking distance. Unfortunately, they've been stopped at this kind of range before. There's Rockwolf on motion. He's got the flick and goes down. Looks like he might have gained a couple of yards on that. Oh, excuse me, lost a yard. We have a really goofy angle for this section of the field, Dakota.
Yes, we do. I almost swore he gained at least maybe 1 yard on that. Guess I got it on the other spectrum. Less than a minute left here for the game.
Clock's still running. 12 seconds on the play clock.
Comets looking to finish it off strong.
There's a snap. Gonna hand that off and try to run it right up the middle. Looks like about 4th and 4 now. 23 seconds left in the game. 30 seconds on the play clock.
Comets looking for one last play.
Comets making one last play. And there's, Shane Lobb's going to keep it. He's going to go out wide right.
He's going to take everyone down with him.
And there's the ball game. Well, a heartbreaker at homecoming this year for the Caston Comets. They go down 41-8 against the North Miami Warriors. Played with heart, clear to the end, though. Shane Lobb putting it all on the line, trying to get one last touchdown. Doesn't quite make it. Thank you for watching tonight. We appreciate our sponsors. Congratulations to the homecoming king and queen. Congratulations to the victorious North Miami Warriors. Don't forget, tomorrow, starting at 8:30, there is the absolutely huge Culver Military Academy invite, cross-country invite. Something like 1,000 runners through the course of the day. The ground actually shakes as the cannon starts the first race. Something to see if you're going to be up around Culver Way. You should check it out. But we thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Blair Zimmerman.
I'm Dakota Hayden, and we thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week.